Jobs in new industry are going to the larger cities such as Charlotte and Raleigh. What do you plan to do to help the poorer counties to get industry to come to our area? Representative Ray, I'll let you start, seeing as how you're the one on the hook.
Well, working on jobs, again, it's a process of working together. A lot of times, whether you're a small business, they like, for example, in the town of Jackson, they're actively working with the uptown, downtown district. Roanoke Rapids is doing the same thing. Weldon is doing the same thing. You've got to get the heartbeat back, the guts in your communities back to where it needs to be, where people want to spend local. Again, as a small business owner, with my father, it's all about the bottom line. You have to make a profit. And you want people to work with you, but the thing about it, people do not work with small businesses, they fail. So we need to continue working on our uptown, downtown projects in our rural communities. And we need to continue to recruit jobs. The big jobs are also important. For example, just like Empire Foods, that is going to tie into our agriculture program. They're going to tie into a lot of the commodities around. When people talk about farming is very important, it's very vital, but that, a lot of our farming families are getting far and few. The farmers are getting smaller, going out, and the farmers are getting bigger. But then that's a profit loss also. Again, working together works. We have to work together with our economic developer and working along with our state. And we have to go after every job, turn every rock, and do whatever it takes to bring jobs, small communities, and large jobs and industries.
Okay. All right. Ms. Armstrong?
Would you ask that question? And I need to hear the question again, please.
Well, the question is, jobs in new industry are going to the larger cities such as Charlotte and Raleigh. What do you plan to do to help the poorer counties, Tier 1 counties, which we have several around here, obviously, to get industry to come to our area?
First, I will be a voice for the people of District 3. Our current, the incumbent, has been there for 10 years, and instead of jobs increasing, there seems to be a decrease. We need someone in Raleigh representing District 3 who is going to be an advocate for improving transportation in this area, improving education in this area, so that industry will locate in this area. We have had drastic cuts in education. The General Assembly did drastic cuts. A lot of the drastic cuts that were made impact exactly what that question is talking about. No one is going to bring an industry into a district where the people are not skilled to work the jobs. However, I would be a proponent of whatever the industry is, going to the community college and require and request that the community college provide the training, the needed training for the job. And the next thing I would like to say, we have to give incentives. These smaller counties have to, when I was on the Board of Commissioners, we always having to give them money to come. We can't give them the kitchen sink and the kitchen to come and they may not stay. Another thing that we need to consider is that nobody wants to spend more money. So we need to redirect our dollars and teach our dollars some sense so that we can support the area and people can get jobs. And one other thing, I was taught as a child, don't look for a job. Be able to create your own job. I can do a lot of things. I'm a gardener. I can sew. I can play music. I can make a living without looking for a job. And we need to teach this in District 3. Thank you.
Mr. Mills?
I would agree with future Senator Armstrong there on her. People who have industry do not want to come to where we have poor and failing schools. The reasons that we have these schools are because in many cases of systemic established policy that's put in place by our county commissioners and by, in some cases, our boards. Some of these things were put in place many years ago, and these things persist. And we have to break down those barriers, and we have to think in 21st century thinking. And with the new technology that we have, there's so much that we can do, but we're stuck in the mud in some of the past. One thing that we have to look at in thinking of the past that can help us, we have failed to properly use tourism as a means of bringing jobs and of bringing revenue to our area. We got things that you can't take to the city, such as our agricultural prowess. We have failed to use that in order to create after production products, to process different products so that we can get it to market and we can bring revenues to our people like that. We're not doing that, and we have to get the educational system, the industrial system, and all working together in order to do that. Yes, working together does work, but there are things that are hurting us. Things that are hurting us is legislators that are chopping away at our public educational system, such as the taking away the kindergarten from the schools and putting it in privatizing it. That's a way of chopping away, because the revenue's going to drop. Schools going bad because they don't have enough revenue as it stands.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Shearin?
I think this question is very similar to what was just asked earlier, but we can't do anything that is not based in economic reality. You see lots of communities, they're upgrading their downtown. Rocky Mount's a good example of that. They spend a lot of money downtown. The place they rebuilt the railroad station, and they had all these stores in a little area, and little restaurants and shops, and it's all gone. The public just can't do it. We need to let businesses do it if they see a good opportunity. That's how businesses work. That's why people went west, young man, because there are opportunities. So business people are looking for opportunities, and when they find them, they will come. We can't create opportunities that aren't there. We can support them with good infrastructure. Where necessary, we can give them fair taxing policies. But we cannot create businesses. That has to be the job of